Okay, I do believe we are live.
All right.
This is Two Guys in Tinfoil Hats. It is March 16th, 2017. And we're going to step it up and do a little bit better than last time, we hope. So, get right into it. What's your first topic there, the Dan?
No, I was just wondering about the wiretapping that's been going on, supposedly of Trump Tower. There's been a lot of talk about that.
This is the tweet?
The tweet.
The tweet that everyone's fucking talking
at 4
about?
in the morning that Trump did or whatever about how he was wiretapped supposedly by Obama.
Okay. Now, since that story's, what is it, a week?
It's been, a week or two. I think it goes back about a month and a week, actually, altogether, the whole story.
Oh, the actual, okay, because I've been hearing stuff, little here and there's,
Yeah.
about all that shit. And Spicer had go up and he was telling the journalists,
The
people,
press corps.
yeah, that
Yeah.
he's going, well, Obama didn't personally go to his home and wiretap him, okay,
yeah,
guys?
They have to explain it like that. Like,
Yeah,
well,
and it's all
he
there.
wasn't physically there wiretapping.
I know.
That would be crazy to think
It's
that.
just funny how they were staring at him, writing down, taking notes about that.
Right.
What else did I hear? Well, how about this? The wiretapping. And see, this came conveniently around the same time as the CIA said, or the WikiLeaks guy said that they were doing this, which we kind of already knew.
Yeah.
You know, people have said that before.
Yeah, it's like Kellyanne Conway made the microwave comment or whatever. It's like, of course, everything is spying on us now.
Let me tell you about the microwave.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to shit you not. Anything with a microchip can be used as an audio device in my book.
Pretty much, yeah,
Okay.
for the most part.
Anything with the microchip and doesn't have a heartbeat.
Yes. Even when it's off, it still can be activated because that's the way they designed the whole thing to be.
Yeah.
Back when they were setting it
And
up.
I haven't had a new microwave in freaking fucking over 20 years, okay?
Yeah.
I've had the same freaking microwave.
Right.
So mine doesn't have a microchip. But I do know that they have out all these freaking smart refrigerators and
That's what
shit.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Smart
So I
refrigerators and
guarantee
smart technology.
they got microwaves that if you put a cold cup of coffee in it and it'll probably already know it's a cup of coffee and you just walk away and it'll turn on automatically in the morning or something.
And I've seen the fridge that you can see what's in it through wireless technology or whatever.
Right.
It's just completely useless technology. You could just open your fridge and see there's stuff in there.
I know.
And to go to the store, you don't have to be like, oh, I can't think of what's in there. I better get my app out and
Well, everyone
check it out.
talks
It's
about it like it's
completely
just
useless.
amazing technology, and it's like, well, I've been doing kind of the same thing for years, except it requires opening the fridge and writing down.
Yeah, it's the old-fashioned way of doing it.
I mean, lately I've been taking on the notes app on my phone,
yeah.
where you're just talking to it and it writes down.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so I use that now a little bit more than the pen and paper
Right.
when it comes to that, because you can put multiple notes on there.
Right.
So Lord knows you never know. I don't know when I'm going to be at Lowe's again.
Yeah.
So if I remember, if I think of something, I got to write it down.
Right. So there's supposed to be proof of the wiretapping coming out soon, but they don't really know. Trump tells Tucker Carlson when he'll release evidence of Obama's wiretapping. It's on the Blaze, but
Oh.
actually all
well.
these stories I've looked up are on the Blaze except for the Tom Hanks one.
Well, I don't doubt Blaze too much.
For the most part, I think they're pretty honest and accurate. Let's see. The next one I was looking at was the McDonald's tweet. McDonald's tweet calls President Trump a disgusting excuse of a president, praises Obama, and disappears. A tweet from McDonald's official Twitter account Thursday morning called Donald Trump a disgusting excuse of a president, praised former President Barack Obama had made fun of Trump's tiny hands. Then about 20 minutes after it was first posted around 8 a.m., it was and pinned to the top of the McDonald's court page, the tweet disappeared.
Now, this is the guy from, you said McDonald's?
It's McDonald's, yeah, they're corporate. Somebody in the
Somebody
home
higher
office. Somebody in the home office posted about President Trump being a horrible president.
Okay. Well, okay. No, but
No, it's fine. It's not a huge story.
Did you not read the tweet itself?
The tweet is...
Oh, you got it?
You were actually discussing excuse for president, and we would love to have Barack Obama Barack Obama back. Also, you have tiny hands.
Oh, okay. Well,
Which they also brought up during the election or during the campaign, which is disgusting. You shouldn't talk about his penis size during a campaign, but they brought it up first, so
no.
it's kind of like, well,
Nowadays, all things are game on.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
noticing that.
Yeah, rapper Bow Wow tweets unbelievably obscene threat to Melania. That was what? Would you say today was the 16th?
Yeah.
This is the 15th. Let's see. His real name is Shad Moss. Bow Wow.
Okay. Now I read this story.
Did you see it already?
Yeah.
This is the first time I've seen it.
Yeah, because it started out with Snoop Dogg's new video. Have you seen that yet?
Now that has him shooting a clown that's supposed
Yeah,
to look like
it
Trump. Or
it does.
something. Yeah,
I've seen the video.
I haven't seen the
The
video.
song's
yet.
not half-assed bad if I was still listening to the
Right.
hip hop,
Right.
but yeah, it's everyone. It is actually it's actually a pretty good video.
Yeah.
I'll give it props because
I'll have to watch it sometime.
yeah, I mean it's his references he makes to clowns through the whole thing, and it's just a bunch of
okay.
clowns doing going through everyday life. So I mean I don't know what the whole premise of I don't know what.
But the whole message was just basically just we don't like Trump.
Okay, well they succeeded, I
He
guess.
succeeded in that before we pimp your wife and make her work for us. That's a pretty cold-blooded thing to say to someone.
Oh yeah, the pimp your
Especially
wife,
the
the little
president.
the
But then-
Bow Wow kid said.
And then Trump says jail time. I don't know.
Well, it's a funny thing about Twitter.
Free
you can
speech, right?
yeah, you can say a lot of shit on there. Well, apparently not everybody, because Milo got kicked off there.
I guess he is kicked off Twitter, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he's on Facebook still. But hey, and like rapper feuds and stuff like that. And that's
Yeah.
kind of what they do.
He's probably got a new album or a movie coming out. So
I
that's
do
usually
believe
how it
it's
works.
a new album.
Usually 2 weeks from now. Oh, by the way, he's got an album dropping soon. Or
I'm pretty sure that was the videos from something.
right.
Not qualified to talk about anything that involves hip hop or rap music
That
because
is-
we really
That
don't.
is fairly true.
I was out of that game 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I left when NWA quit, so.
We'll see now. Okay, this story is also on the Blaze. It says Judge Napolitano says 3 intelligence sources say Obama used British intel service to spy on Trump, which is something I was talking to my dad about the other day. It's like during the 80s and early 90s, I think they had a system called Echelon that was in place that let the British spy on the U.S. and they gave the U.S. information, so the U.S. couldn't spy on its own people. So they
Right.
had other countries do it. It's kind of like how they get away with it, but.
Yeah,
And so that's
okay.
what they say Obama did. Yeah, he wasn't physically in Trump Tower putting in
Well,
a wiretap or listening
That
to his
was
phone.
that was nicely explained to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, that goes back to the CIA wiretap or the CIA spying thing, because
Yeah.
I think that this wiretap might have been a story that
Right.
he read. He might have.
Could have been.
Well, I mean, I'm
how
pretty
did
sure he
how
read.
Did, how did Trump originally tweet?
I heard it was
He
something
said
that
he
was
I don't think he said he was necessarily wiretapped, or he just said I was tapped by.
wiretap.
I could be
I
wrong.
follow him on Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had my phone, I could pull up the tweet right now if I wanted to. But yeah, wiretap. I did believe that's the lingo he used, but I think
Yeah.
it was from said something about an article that
Okay.
came out of Breitbart.
Yeah.
I do believe that is what people are saying.
Okay.
Now, yeah, I can't take that for fact at all,
Right.
But I do believe it's some sort of thing that he read, or knows. But think about it.
Probably just something he read and picked
It
up.
could
somewhere.
be a front for, if someone does come up with something on him, he's like, see, they did. Bug
Right.
me. Of course, then again, if the CIA, in fact, is listening in on everybody,
On everybody. Yeah.
I mean, that,
Which is like my dad. He's like, why would they want to listen to what
Why not?
everybody's doing? It's like, why, if they had the ability, why wouldn't they do that?
I think when it comes to that kind of shit, where Homeland Security and what is it called, the Freedom Act,
Yeah. Patriot Act?
Patriot Act.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think that leads us down into police enforcement and local police,
Like a police
state
state
to
sort of thing?
state,
Yeah.
because we all know that they get toys from the military and
Yeah, I was just watching something about that the other day. It's like they're all in sync now as far as radio communications and
Right.
weapons. They've all been synchronized together as
Wouldn't
far as
surprise me
local
at all.
police and federal police. It's all on one. And basically, like the FBI can get into a local police station, like a small town police station, to get information if they need to, with all the back doors that have been designed into everything.
Right. Yeah, the
Our
back
technology
doors.
and the police technology, it all has back doors.
What was it? What was it? Alex Jones was saying that he showed an article from a couple years back that he put out
Yeah.
saying the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. It was like an article from 2005 or 2006, and he said this is the article from Wired or whatever it was back then that was doing it, and it was the exact thing. Smartphones may be used, or smart devices may be used to spy on the American people without them knowing it, or whatever it was. Like, this is the documented proof from years ago.
Yeah, that they were designing
Been
back
talking about
doors
it
and
for
everything.
10 or 15 years now, designing back doors into everything, and now it's
Yeah.
here. It's been happening for a while.
See, I'm going through all these tweets like I'm going to actually find something.
Right.
Not even thinking that he probably deleted the shit already.
The last story I had was kind of an older one. It was on March 2nd, but Tom Hanks gifted an espresso machine with a truth message to the White House press corps.
I did hear about
Yeah,
that.
it's just a blurb in one morning on ABC, and I was like, well, that's kind of interesting. I wonder how he feels about alternative media and the alt-right and all that.
Well, he
kind of
gave
stuff.
him coffee.
He gave him coffee, yeah.
So he must enjoy something about them.
Keep up the good fight for truth, justice,
Yeah.
and the American way, especially for the truth part.
You think he was bullshitting or?
I think he's saying that, I don't know. Thursday's gesture appears to be the first time a longtime Democrat has attached a note with a deeper meaning at a time when President Trump is at war with what he calls the fake news. So what he's saying is, the press corps at the White House, you guys are telling the real truth, really what's going on, and the rest of everybody else is just talking a bunch of crap. It's all fake news. But it's the opposite, though. They're the fake news, and people that I listen to are actual news. But they go in depth with stories instead of just little. Here's a blurb about something that happened, and then they don't go in depth about anything. Which I like to hear the full story, not just little pieces in the morning.
Well, that's why
little blurbs, but that's how they do it.
You got to write it down and look it up later.
Yeah,
That's
like my
the thing.
dad didn't know that the Hitler used methamphetamines during World War II. He's like, that really happened? I was like, yeah, you didn't ever know about that? He's like, oh yeah, I just found out about it. People don't know true history. It's really interesting.
Well, it wouldn't be something typical to. I mean, face it, you didn't know that going out of high school, did you? I didn't.
No, I had to learn it. Because that's what you learn the truth in school, and they tell you everything that supposedly happened, but then you go back and learn about it, and it's like, oh, that's a little different than what I learned in school, but.
Well, once I learned about Nazis, shoelaces and shave your head. Red shoelaces, shave head, and red suspenders. That was the look.
Right.
So, I don't,
That's the look.
that was it. Where I grew up in backwater Arkansas, like they really knew what Nazis were.
Right.
They just adored them, didn't they? No. I lost track of that one. We were Tom Hanks and coffee.
Tom Hanks,
to
he bought a coffee.
Nazis.
He bought an espresso machine for the press corps, but just a small little blurb about truth and fake news that I happened to catch. The very last thing I was wanting to talk about was the moose on the loose.
Okay.
There was the moose on the loose.
Well, I know, I
story.
saw it, and I'm wondering what your fascination with this is.
The fascination is how the ABC. I think it was David Muir, but it may have been Stefan. I don't know. It's one of those guys, one of those dudes on ABC News, and he talks. The moose was on the loose, and it was scaring people, and everybody was frightened of the animal and stuff. And it's like they actually twisted it towards the very end of the story and said, "Why is this moose so angry?" And I just laughed. It was just amazing to hear them flip a story about a moose just running in the woods, basically. I mean, that's all the moose was doing. That's all, according to the moose, that's what he was doing. And they flip it and say, why are animals so angry? Why is this moose attacking people? It's like he wasn't. He was just doing his thing in the woods, and the people happened to be around, I don't know. The news is weird.
They just kind of put that in as a filler.
Yeah, it was like one of the main morning. They have the story about how Trump hates people, and then the next one about
watching
the weather, and
KY3
then
or
the third story was about the moose that was running wild.
which one are you watching in the morning?
I always watch the ABC because the
ABC.
Good Morning America. I like to torture myself.
Oh God, that
And,
is torture.
It
Oh,
absolutely
yeah.
is.
That's totally. It's because I filmed the Today Show for all the dribble my parents watch.
Yeah, it's pretty bad too. But I think ABC is probably the worst as far as the stories they choose to go with. If there's any sort of weather, you'll notice any sort of weather in the U.S. take that and go with it very first story. Even though I know there's things going on, it's like
Well,
today it rained a whole bunch here, and we had tornadoes. I know stuff happens, but
well,
that can't be your
weather's
lead story.
important, man.
It is important. I understand that.
That's the first thing I want to know. Well,
Eh.
one of the first things
Yeah.
I'm curious about.
I'm kind of weird about the weather. I don't really.
Before you hit the door, man.
I know.
Before you get the kids out to school.
I just want to know what temperature it's going to be and if it's going to be cloudy or not. That's pretty much. If something happens
that's
other
easy
than that,
enough
it's
to find
like,
out.
yeah, exactly. You just go outside and look around.
Okay, here's a story. I'll put something in
Okay.
because I want to talk to you about this. I don't know if you ever watched Rachel Maddow.
Oh God.
Or you must have then. I don't know if you heard about the story. I guess it's fresh from last night. That she got two pieces of paper, tax return sheets from 2005.
Oh, yeah, everybody's talking about that. Why 2005? And then, okay, so some guy, was he a lawyer or was he just some guy got anonymous?
He said he was a journalist.
He's a journalist that got anonymous tax returns that were Trump's.
Right.
And so he released the information. Now, if I got someone else's tax return and released them, would we be in some kind of trouble?
That's what they're saying today.
I guess it's public information.
Public domain, then there's
President
nothing
Trump?
they should worry about.
I thought taxes were supposed to be kept kind of private and secret. You're not supposed to, the president, so we're supposed to release it. But why 2005? And they only gave us two things: the amount that he made and then the amount that he paid in taxes, but nothing else. So it's kind of like, well, here's the little tease of what could come out later. But we're not.
Let me give you a little background on Rachel Maddow.
Yeah.
Okay, I know you've probably not sat down and watched the show.